Hello, good people. Good people of the Sim Standard family, man. I know y'all are surprised. I told y'all we would be back. I told you we'd be back, and here we are. Just like on Terrible Towel Tuesday, I'm gonna ask you guys if y'all hear any echoing, let me know because I got speakers now, so I don't always wear the headphones, but sometimes you know how that can get. I don't want that audio to play through the speaker, but if y'all hear echo, just let me know. But hey, man, we are back. Happy to be back. A lot has been going on. This is perfect timing for me and Smitty to come back. I mean, we got some news today about EA Sports College Football. That's really what we're going to talk about today. It's going to be the power hour. We're trying to keep it within that hour, particularly tonight because I got some couple things going on. But we're not going to waste a lot of time doing intros. We're going to dive right in. But I will say this. Some of you guys have been asking, man, what's going on with you and Smitty, man? Everything's cool, brother. It's always cool with me and Smitty. I don't know why y'all even thought, but we just had a lot going on. Me in particular, probably even more than Smitty, man. Thursday nights was hectic. My son was playing basketball, and as you would know, one of his practices was Thursday night. I mean, just so much going on. That season is over. We'll see if he makes the AAU team. It's funny getting him involved in these type of things at just 10 years old. But he's decent. He's pretty decent, man. His second year playing, and, hopefully he continues to get better. But anyway, my Thursday nights were crazy. There were nights where Smitty had stuff to do with the kids, and y'all know family first. Me and Smitty don't work for ESPN. This is not our daily job. But with all that aside, we're going to try to continue this thing, man. And anytime y'all see a pause like that, I know this one was extremely long. But just know it's because family or life has gotten in the way. But other than that, man, unless Smitty wants to say, what's up to you guys, we'll dive right into it, man.
Yeah, no, just say what up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a mighty long time since we've been rocking, and, we are finally getting back into the groove of all of this. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a long time coming, but yeah, man. Hey, got a lot of stuff to definitely talk about, and you don't want to prolong stuff, but I will just say, go Lions. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw that out there real quick.
Yeah. What a
But
year
we'll
for the Lions.
definitely. That's another. We'll have that discussion at another point in time. There'll be bandwidth for that. So.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Smitty and his Lions, man. It's funny, like we didn't really do a show, I don't think, the whole football season, or maybe early part of the season. But
Yeah. First few weeks
man,
of the year.
Lions is coming, man. I'll say that. And arguably, I mean, again, I don't want to get Smitty started, but arguably you could say they could have went a little further if a couple little tweaks here and there with decision making. But shout outs to the Lions. And the reason why I say that is not just because, I'm not gonna jump on the bag on the Lions like people say, oh, well, they so what? Who cares about that? To me, what I think is cool about what the Lions did is the whole Dan Campbell story, him, a former player, him coming there, not doing so great first couple years, and then boom. Look what happens when you stick with the coach that has a mantra, that has a moxie about itself, has a formula, give him time to build. And here they come. And it looks like they're gonna be a force going forward. So shout outs to the Lions, man. Maybe my Steelers can get it together, man. This quarterback situation, that's for another day. But
All right.
let's dive right in, man. Man, EA Sports College Football 25. We know it's a real thing. It's funny how some people, Smitty, didn't think it was a real thing. I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that part, but whatever. Here's my only thing, and we're going to dive right into it. We're not even going to warm up to it. Excited that it's returning. Most of us would say NCAA 14 was one of the better EA Sports football games. Smitty and I would be the first ones to remind you guys it had a lot of the same gameplay issues that Madden had during those years, but where it excelled was depth and more to do. And, it just kept you more engaged with the dynasty and the little features like composure. And even though Madden has introduced it again a little bit with the home field advantage and all of that, it still doesn't quite flow the same way composure did. I love that idea. I loved all of the coaching adjustments. Again, Madden has introduced it, but again, these were things that NCAA had. Presentation, the crowd audio, the atmosphere, all of that stuff that made us feel like we were playing college football. Madden has not made us really feel like we're playing in NFL football. But again, happy is back. Couple caveats. It is on Madden's gameplay engine, which we know that. Smitty and I told y'all that a long time ago, just like back in the day. So it makes me wonder, what does it mean for Madden? And I don't want to go right down in that yet. We'll get that, in the second half of the hour. I don't want to go into the Madden side of it yet, but here's my only concern with it, Smitty. This just came to me literally just now. Are they going to try to outdo themselves and fail? Meaning, are they putting themselves in a situation where they know they have to go above and beyond, and are they going to try to do too much? That's the biggest question I have, because I think a successful college football could be NCAA 14 revamped with new features, meaning stuff like, there's rumors that, shout outs to Eric Rayweather. I watched his video earlier today. Some of the stuff that was announced today, like Senior Bowl. Woo. Woo. I'll talk about that when we get to the Madden side. Little features like that. NIL, that would be cool in Dynasty. They're talking about it's going to be there in some way, shape, or form. Transfer portal. Like, that's what I'm saying. Bring NCAA 14's flavor, add those new features, and make it feel like a 2024 version of that. But I'm wondering, are they going to try to do too much and mess something up? Because Smitty and I have been in that building long enough to know that sometimes they just try to pile this on, long shot, all that kind of stuff, and it fails.
Yeah.
So that's my only question, Smitty, and I'm going to throw it to you, man, because I haven't heard my good brother talk sports in a long time. Me and him talked on the phone a couple of weeks ago, but we haven't talked in this setting in a while, so I'm not going to speak as much. What do you think, Smitty, man? First and foremost, how do you feel about the return? What do you like, and what are your concerns, and or are there any dislikes about anything that we know so far about college football?
I mean, I'm happy about the return. We already knew the return was there. The thing of it was figuring out the NIL element, because that's the unknown element. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole new thing now. So them figuring out the NIL deal perspective, the aspect of it, so they got that part figured out, because that's probably why there was a delay in the first place, because that wasn't necessarily figured out from last year. So they got it figured out, and that's what's up. Now this is my thing about it. I get it. You got to announce the game, so that way you're making it clear that you're coming back, right? But when you say in your trailer, and I'm not saying it quote, but pretty much what they said was, we're going to make the game that the community deserves. You haven't even delivered the Madden that the community deserves.
Talk about it.
So when you're saying, see, that's why I said, and look, I get it. This is not taking any slight at the devs or nothing like that. I see that, Clint tweeting it out, Ben Hamilton, like folk you ain't seen tweet or post nothing in a long time, just posting the trailer, people changing their bios, even today.
Bring Rex back. Bring Rex back.
Kirk Herbstreit's in the game, and it's like, it's cool to point all that out. But my thing is this: if you're gonna announce it all like this, say it with your chest. Show me in the product. EA Sports, and no, it ain't about it's in the game anymore. It's say it with your chest. Put it in. The product should shut it all down. Supposedly they hired people that worked on that NCAA 14 revamp. I want to see. I want to see their imprint on the game. Deuce Douglas, y'all all under the same building. I want to see his franchise stuff bleed into this, and then I want to see that in Madden too. But we ain't talking about Madden right now. But I'm saying with this NCAA, I want to see it. Yeah, y'all got to stand firm on something. Your product got to show it. It ain't even about a promotion. Y'all got to show it. You say you guys got the NAL. I'll pull up what E-Ray has said there. All the bowl games. Let me see. All the bowl games. Well, real coaches are in there. All FBS teams are going to be in the game. NIL and the transfer portal are both in the game. See, that would be interesting in terms of how that potentially will work out.
Very interesting.
That's a real dynamic element right there you're talking about. How's that going to work? Like, are you guys, especially with having licensed players in here, are you guys going to have the disciplinary stuff in there? You know what I mean? Like, are you guys going to have composure in the game? Because remember, they don't have composure in Madden because supposedly that's the pro level, so they don't get shook on that level, or whatever reasoning they gave for that. But it's like that's just like with owners being mad because you had low attendance in certain games or whatever, and owners got mad, so the stadium's always full in every arena. But that's a legitimate thing. Do guys' confidence get shook? You know what I'm saying? And things like that during the game. Those are the kind of things that made NCAA pop. You see what I'm saying? Because look, NIL deals, your franchise mode, the teams you have, the jerseys you put in, all of these other branches don't mean nothing if the gameplay ain't hit. And that's the main thing that matters here. And then when it comes to the gameplay, is this going to be Madden 24.1? Regardless of what Matt Brown said, and I know he's been following the game and he's been reporting on the game for years, and he's been really, keeping a trail of, interacting with devs and talking and all that good stuff. And I respect it. I respect where he's coming from with it. But I need the product to speak from the chest. I need the product. I need to know that the devs were actually able to do their jobs. Because just like when you say bring Rex back, the problem is remember what Rex said when he left. I know it's been a few years, but don't forget when he left EA, remember what he was saying. He had his own agenda for what he wanted to do to make Madden great, and he didn't get to do it. Sim, you and I were in that back room at EA Play when the long shot situation. You heard how the man was talking. He was like, I still want to be able to have a career in game development. So I got to go with what these guys wanted to do. See what I'm saying? So it's like,
And the community told them not to build that game.
yeah,
We told them long shot wasn't it. Think about that, y'all. All the way back then. And I actually said this in front of kind of top heads in the building. Don't do long shot. Superstar is what we want back. And look how long it's taken. I tell you.
so I'm saying, so, I mean, like what Sim said in his video, he said before, uh, have these guys working together. Your Road to Glory team, your Superstar team. Have those guys. It should be just one big old group working on these games in terms of, and I'm not talking about we're gonna build NCAA over here, and then we got some of the same team members working on Madden. I'm talking about Superstar and Road to Glory should be one blended thing. Not okay, port your guy over here to in there. It should be blended. So it's like that experience is legitimately connected. So when you do port the guy over, it's like clean because how everything systematically functions and works, it goes together. It's not two completely different puzzles you're working with. So that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like they look, I'll say this and then I'll give it back the sim on this. Like, remember, this is the thing. You're talking about a company where you had Colby, and Sim and I already know about this. What he spoke about with me and Azura back then, Colby was just working on UI stuff. But this guy had brilliant ideas for what he wanted to do with Madden, some mind-blowing stuff, and he didn't get to do it because of what he was told. Basically, he was put in his position, and that was it. Just like when folk talk about what about Deuce Douglas? Deuce Douglas ain't doing nothing significant, nothing right now. He better off just building his resume up. And if 2K makes a game or if he decides to do some touch up stuff with basketball, he might as well get ready and go to Nevada. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Madden not going to do nothing like that. Or NCAA for that matter. And I'm going off the track record. I'm not saying it can't change, but I'm saying if we go off of the history, the long running history, it's not, they're not going to do it like that. I mean, you already see what NCAA is doing. They're giving away these copies of the game and everything like that because we already know it's not going to outsell Madden. It's not. It's not. They're banking on that. They know people are going to trade this game up and get that Madden when it come out in August. Well, whenever this game comes out, which we would assume early July or late June, early July or mid July, based off of history. So, I mean, look, am I happy for it to be coming out? Yes. Am I optimistic that the game is going to be an enjoyable experience? Yeah, I believe it's going to be very enjoyable. But I really hope it does come on PC because I would love to see Sabo and them get their hands on this.
Lord have mercy.
That I would love.
Mm.
But um I have to be very cautiously optimistic because, and I'm not overly buying into anything. I want to see EA honestly show up and prove something with the product in this when it comes to this game and this go around. But they have to actually do it. They got to do it. EA got to show up. You know what I'm saying? And the devs have to be allowed. Are they going to actually be allowed to let loose in that building? Are they gonna be in that building walking tall with the 2x4s walking, Clint, Mole, all of them walking through the building with 2x4s walking tall, or are they gonna be Diary of a Wimpy Kid? You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. 90 pounds soaking wet walking through the building. Well, I mean, and then trying to take credit off of aesthetics. Well, I mean, we had to scan all these players because there's way more players than it is Madden, and these players had agreed to be in the game, and we got to do all that. And it's like, stop. Like, the aesthetics argument is not going to work here. You said this is the game that we deserve as a community, so it better be that. And if you're not going to do that, and I mean, the product's gonna snitch itself out. You ain't gonna need me or Sim. EA ain't gonna need to say nothing. I mean, look, from looking at various reactions of people who reacted to the trailer, especially when they said that statement about this is the game the community deserves, I've seen a good number of people say, "Man, I
Mm.
hope so. Man, I really hope so. Man, I hope it is. Man, oh, I really hope they do it. I hope it's not a copy of Madden. Man, I hope it's not." So you have some informed consumers here. And yes, you also are playing off the despair of people who have been thoroughly deprived of an NCAA title. IMV Gaming, anyone? Remember that?
Oh
That whole
yeah.
scandal. So people are really chomping at the bit for NCAA. I mean, you saw people, I saw people going crazy about looking at the stadium renderings and these mascot renderings and stuff and saying like, oh, there's gameplay. And it's like, wow, that's not gameplay. You're not playing that. That's not gameplay. And they just,
was not
gameplay. So
that
it's
was not
like,
gameplay, folks.
you gotta relax, like, and see, that's what I'm saying. There's so much excitement behind it, and I get it. I get it because EA officially said so. That's what's up. But I like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic to see what happens. I want to see these devs actually be able to make the game the way it should be made because they have more than enough talent to do so. They have the talent, they have the personnel, they're able to do it. Period, point blank. So I want to see them. I want to see them actually show and prove for a change. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being looking like a touch up with a little bit extra added on top so that it's somewhat feeling different than what we normally would get. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, like I said, if history serves correctly, it ain't necessarily going to be the hottest thing, but it could be something edible. You know what I'm saying? More edible, I should say. And also, this one last thing, Sim. NCAA 14, remember, not everybody liked that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because people people didn't start loving it until there was no NCAA 15 coming. Because when 14 was out, some people liked it, a few people loved it. But overall, the sentiment was not, yo, this game is fire, son. Oh, no, that didn't happen until 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, and there's no NCAA game coming. Now all of a sudden, yo, man, this NCAA, of course. So that's what I'm saying. So just remember that because everybody didn't love NCAA 14. So you know what I'm saying? That absence made the heart grow very fonder. Now that you know what I mean, that the ugly chick look kind of cute now. You just gotta tilt your head far enough, and then all of a sudden, well, when you look at this jacked up angle, she kind of look cute now. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what was going on with a decent number of people. So just bear all that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best of this game, but just saying. But go ahead, Sim, man. I throw it to you, brother.
Man, a lot of people are asking the question already, and that's why I threw it on the screen, just like Smitty said. And I did the independent video, and I'll talk a little bit about it here, man. Now we can transition to the marriage between college football and Madden. It's not even a question of will it, because I see Nick J's comment. It has to. At this point, NCAA, well, college football 25 has to elevate Madden. That was the point I was making in that video of it cannot be, we can't go through this big brother, or little brother passing big brother. No, it can't be none of that. If they're smart. And again, I'm not saying that pointing my finger at the devs. We all know how it goes down. I'm talking about the heads. These people that are in these articles that ESPN put out, the heads that make the decision. If you guys are smart, you've had all of these years, and at least 3 years, excuse me, since y'all told us y'all was coming back. At least 3 years of development. If you were smart, you would absolutely develop these games together. Just like Smitty said again tonight, to reiterate, Superstar should be Road to Glory. That's the same character. My crazy idea would be, imagine this. We all had a time when we had Madden and NCAA, right? And we take the little draft class and we port it over to Madden. Imagine it being more 2024 like. Imagine you start a dynasty in college football and everything you do over there is translated in Madden. Maybe there's an option that says, do you want these careers to be connected? Oh, remember that word, connected careers from way back when? Do you want your dynasty to be connected with your franchise? Yes. If I choose yes, I could be playing NCAA offline or online. Online would be crazy. But let's just say offline. I'm playing over here. I fire up franchise, and everything that happens over here shows up in Madden. All the storylines, all the injuries, all the stats, all of the, like Smitty said, composure. Oh, this guy got in trouble this week. Da 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 da. Whatever it is, but everything, the little storyboard and storylines that you see in Madden is coming from your dynasty. So then when you import the draft class, it's the actual guys, stats, all of that. How fire would that be? Or if you are a solo career player, your road to glory guy gets drafted over here in Superstar. Same person. That would be incredible. And again, what's on here is on the screen. And one of you guys in here in the chat mentioned it as well. Senior Bowl tweeted out, as you can see there, they tagged Madden and they say the draft starts in Mobile. Could we finally be seeing, Smitty, something that not only just us, all of the franchise heads that I can remember, the shops of the world, the mad scientists of the world, the Ronnie and Bobby, all of those guys. I'm not talking New Edition. These are real people's names.
Yeah.
Sean Mason, M. Frisk, all of these people that
Mark,
we came up with, Mark, all of them.
Yeah.
All of the time that we used to talk about what needed to be, whether it was the draft, pro day, Senior Bowl, all of that. Excuse me. Is this a sign that it could be happening? Why would you tag Madden? I don't know. I'm just saying, if they did that, I will give EA the credit that I would say that they rightfully would deserve if they did that. I would have to bow down and say, you know what, man, I didn't think y'all was going to do that. That's fire. But I feel like there's no other way. We can't be in the yesteryear mentality where some of us are saying, man, I like NCAA better. Who is catching Madden? Or, man, we know NCAA ain't going to get that because Madden going to have this feature. But it can't be like that no more. We on current generation. I can't even say next generation consoles. We on these consoles that are pretty much PCs, basically, that are unupgradable, right? They pretty much PCs. PS5 and Xbox Series. Come on, man. These two games, like if it's my company, like Smitty said, you know what? Madden has been the big dog for so many years because NCAA has been gone. How can we make... Y'all love money. Why don't you tell us? Why don't you let us tell y'all how to make even more money? That's how you do it. That's how you trick everybody to buying both games, because us franchise heads, oh yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to have both of these games if they like that, and we are in our glory. I mean, all year round. Man, what's Sim doing? Oh, yeah, he in his dynasty and his friend. He ain't playing nothing else. He occasionally peeks his head out. He'll play a little Battlefield. But other than that, that's where he at. He's either over there playing college football or he's in franchise. And that would be year round. That's how you do it, EA. Anything else, Smitty, honestly, I know this is a big statement. If they don't do something similar to that in some type of way or fashion, I'm disappointed. I am, bro. To me, it just can't be. Y'all showed us years ago that you could take the draft class and import it. We've been seeing that. So you can't come back with that same thing. It's got to be a little more connected. And maybe this is a sign. And, I'm going to take this off the screen because I don't want to give nobody no false hopes. But
no. But see, that's the whole point of what I just said.
Yeah.
If that's what you gonna promote, you gotta say it with your chest. EA, say it with your chest.
Uh-oh. Got my boy in here.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta say it with your chest.
What up, Mo?
And Mo came with the correction. It says EA College Football.
That's all I'm
I'll
gonna
call
say.
it. Hey, look. Oh, go ahead, Sim. Go ahead.
Just
Go ahead,
real
bro.
quick. And Mo,
Yeah.
you know how it goes. I know you ain't gonna say nothing you can't say, so I'm not even gonna ask you to do that. But I hope you heard what I said. You probably have. But man, I would just say if that is the direction, wow, that would be phenomenal. And if it's not the direction, it's gotta be the direction at least the next time. But I don't even want to say that because I think as long as I've been in that building, obviously Mo has been in that building even on another level than me now, obviously. I don't see a whole lot of how can I say this? There's not a whole lot of earth-shattering change that happens during cycle. This is what I mean. We always hope for bigger and better things when the next consoles came out, right? That's when you were looking for, oh, what's going to be that big change? But year to year, they add stuff, features, but nothing like groundbreaking. And what I mean by that is if they don't come out the gate now with the brand new game and connecting those two, I don't know how long it would be before we see it. I think this is the best chance for it to have happened. And I say have happened because this has to be something that they were already doing. This ain't nothing they're going to be able to do now. The game comes out in July.
Yeah.
So I would hope that that was the direction because I think it's much harder. It's going to be much harder to do it going forward. Me and Smitty saw how, oh, look at the little doggy. Me and Smitty saw how hard it was when they went over the frostbite and what type of hits they took with, staff having to help this guy and that guy. So I wouldn't want something that massive to happen during the current cycle of games, if that makes sense. I hope it was built that way. And if it was, dog. And let's not forget this before I throw it to Smitty. And if the games are solid, both like gameplay, I mean, they legit back and they got that, I'd have no problem giving it up.
Yep.
But I don't want them to do too much. I don't want them to overdo it. And it's a whole lot of potential. I don't want that. I want them to master whatever they are bringing to the table. Don't try to overshoot it and make it a cluster because that would be a huge mistake as well. But definitely excited for it, man. And truth be told, I'm going to say this while Mole is here. Smitty already alluded to it. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care what y'all think about me. I've been having a blast with Madden 24 on that PC. Bruh, I don't know how they do it. I was just talking to Sabo the other day. Bruh, I'm talking all Madden. Default. Yeah, okay. Dog, I haven't showed y'all yet because, matter of fact, Smitty just gave me the great what's the word I'm looking for? Recommendation. I just updated my graphics card. I almost missed the show tonight because the computer was bugging, but I got it together. Sabo has changed the plays. And when I say change the plays, I'm talking about literally plays where corners are bluffing blitzes. He got a play in there where both safeties are coming down in the box, bluffing and backing out. The play art is literally changed. Y'all are not going to believe it when I show it to you. For those of you who are not on PC, I was like, how did you do that? It's a whole nother feel to the game. Feels like, dare I say it, feels like football. I mean, it's still, it's still got some of the Madden stuff in it. They can't change. But what I'm saying is, I don't have too many complaints from the game that's being presented via mods. In Madden 24, without mods, wasn't a bad game. It just as you continue to play it on the consoles, you just started seeing some of the Madden stuff. I will say this: Madden is starting to it's turning the corner. I will say that. It's still a lot of work to do. The devs know that as well, but I'm telling you, bro, on PC, bruh. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully now I'll be able to bring y'all some gameplay. I told y'all I was going to do it when I did my first video, but My PC has been like struggling because even Smitty told me, yeah, bro, that graphics card you had, you got to do something better than that, Sim. So hopefully now I'll be able to get that gameplay out to y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to say that as an aside. If the games come out good like that, or if college is on, boy, Smitty, imagine if we get college football on PC and we got Madden on, man. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Let's
Okay.
Sabo. Let Sabo touch it. And please, no disrespect. EA, do not try to hire him. Leave him alone. Let him and let them guys.
All them boys over there. Did
Let
y'all
them
see that
guys do
franchise
the
tool
game.
that I showed y'all?
Yeah,
Did y'all
let
see
them
that?
guys do their thing the way they doing, because they go into EA, they gonna fight into the back, and they ain't gonna be doing nothing, and then it's just gonna be the same old game with them on the staff. No, let these guys actually be able to be creative. Now, if the atmosphere was like how 2K was when they hired community guys, then that'd be a different story. I'd be like, yeah, get them dudes in the building. But the way the EA track record of things and everything, I mean, there was stuff that John White should have even had done the franchise mode way better than what it's been. And look what we got now. So it's like, no, leave these community guys alone. Let them do them the way they've been doing it, and let
Yes.
them touch the game the way they touching with all the the background mods and all. No, let these people cook. Leave them
Bruh.
alone. They're chefs. These guys are certified Michelin star
Mm.
restaurant chefs with what they doing in this game. Leave them the heck alone, and let
Man.
these guys serve the community that we wish EA would do in a general sense. So if we could get that, and understand the point, the reason why I'm even sounding like that is because it's like, dude, if EA would hit like this, and then these guys just do a little touch up here and there, we'd be fine. Because you got the brain power in there. You got the people with the football experience and all that,
Absolutely.
the know-how. It's all in the building. So it's not that they're not competent. It's just that they're not allowed to be competent. They're not allowed to let their visions flourish. They're always handcuffed. It's like I responded to Nick J when he asked that question, and I just told him like, when he was talking about if NCAA is great and it plays better than it's a 9 or a 9.5, do you think it makes Madden improve overall or not? And I'm just telling him like, no, because you have devs on both teams. They're on the Madden team and the NCAA team, and the bosses are the ones that allow them to see how far they can go or not.
Yeah.
So that's the key thing. Like, if they're not going to let them press the envelope or just let them have that freedom, say, here's the budget. You guys, animators, do what y'all can. Mode guys, do what y'all can. And let's meet in the middle. And then let's spruce it up as we can. You know what I mean? It's not like they just get to be creative and just free flow with it. They're only able to go so far, and a whole lot of good is left on the cutting room floor. You heard what Rex had said. And this man was promoted multiple times. You know what I'm saying? From being creative director of the game to the creative director of the whole franchise. And the man still couldn't move. So, you know what I mean? And there was so much that he wanted to do to take the game to another level. So that's all I'm saying, man. So, but we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. But go
Mo
ahead.
has great ideas. I mean, stuff again. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just an honorable person, man. There's certain stuff I'm never gonna say publicly that I speak to some of these guys about because that's just who I am by nature. That's why I always used to laugh when people be like, "Oh man, y'all down with EA, bro?" Even if I'm just that type of dude, Smitty will tell me something. Hey man, don't tell him. It's matter of fact, Smitty has told me stuff that y'all don't need to know. That's just me. So I'm always gonna have conversations because I've been fortunate enough to build relationships with some of these folks. Trust me, Mo has great ideas that me and him have talked about. My man K Spade, like so many. Scant, Anthony White, like it's so many people. Like he said, John White had excellent. John White had some ideas that still ain't in franchise. Had a prototype for it, matter of fact. Not there yet. And it's, again, that's the gift and the curse of me and Smitty having the opportunity to have gone down there so many years. Now we know. We are informed. That's the most dangerous, and I'm, again, not tooting our horn, but we the most dangerous because we really know what time it is. That's why we don't, if anybody needed to know, and I know it's a constant reminder, but if new people watch the show all the time, if anybody needed to know why we don't go crazy at the devs, well, that's why. Because I know what they about. I know what they about. I've been at EA Play when it was a decision made on the floor. We've got to change that. And the dev come back and tell us, man, getting pressure. We're getting some pushback. And I'm like, no, don't do that. It's the business, man. And I get it. I do get it. I do. But even when me saying I understand business, where business gets tricky is when you look at other companies, you're like, but I understand that's how y'all get down, but how come they over there, they don't seem to, they don't seem to worry about that so much.
Right.
It's just, to me, I feel like there's always a balance. And again, is it perfect? No, but I will use 2K as an example in this regard. You have my NBA, you have the park. You can go in the park and be as corny and cheesy. I don't want corny is not the word, but y'all know what I'm saying. You can be as cheesy as you want and arcade, whatever. But if you go over there to my NBA, especially if you got, you playing on the right level and stuff, they try to stick to more real basketball stuff over there. And that's what I'm saying. The integrity has to be there, man. EA has to get to a point where they're not afraid, and I'm going to say that word. They're not afraid as a company or a studio, whoever runs the studio, to represent the real sport. And how about you utilize those difficulty settings to separate the best from the rest? Hey, if you're not, if you're more of a casual player, play here. Not to say that it's going to be easy. Again, going back to 2K, I remember Czar explained this for 2K23. I'm assuming it's the same for 24. Those levels don't change the way the AI and stuff play. The A system and all that, it don't change that. It basically changes like your shot. So let's say if you're on, I forget the levels in 2K. I don't know if it's a rookie, but let's say you're on the lowest level. Then you don't have to have as great a timing to get to get the shot to go in. But as you move up, he explained it. Oh, you're going to have to be more on point. You get up the Hall of Fame, you're going to have to really, your timing got to be impeccable to hit deeper shots. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be that the gameplay is laxed. The integrity of the sport should still be there. I've always said that. My man AzureEffect has been saying it for years at EA. Man, all Madden should mean you better bring your A game strategically to win. Because the AI on that level knows some football. That's how it should be. It shouldn't just be these automatic bumps and increases and ratings and dice roll chances. No. And that's all we're saying, man. I'm always going to promote that. Football is football. And they just got to be willing to make it as close to real life as possible because casuals are going to play the game regardless. They are. They're going to play regardless because they're casuals.
Yeah.
I just,
They already have the demographic segmented. Remember, we've been in there, Rex saying, oh, we already know we're going to sell X amount of million because casual's going to get this amount anyways by default. So we already know that's going to happen. So then when it comes to this, I mean, they got it broke down. Just like with NCAA, how they already talking about the projection in terms of how much it's going to sell. They know they know this game is not about to sell 9, 10, 15 million. It's only going to sell a handful in comparison to Madden. Why do you think they already campaigning it the way they are? Hey, you guys, NCAA players, We'll give you guys a free copy of the game and $600 if you give your
11,000
likeness.
players.
Why you think they doing that? Because they know this game ain't gonna sell a lot. You see what I'm saying? And that's with it returning. They know it ain't about to sell that many units. So that's why they do this. That's why they're doing this. See what I'm saying? But see, that's the other thing too, like Sim, what you just said, the realism, the authenticity. To your point, this is why you don't see the MCS playing like how you see it done in FIFA. FIFA, they got all the rules enforced in the game. You'll mess around and lose players and get red carded. You'll mess around and be playing 8 on 11.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? They got because the gameplay is that tangible where you can hold the user fully accountable for how the game functions. Madden, it's not on that level. It could be though. That's the crazy part. Madden could be on that level. It's got the ability to do so. NCAA saying, I mean not NCAA, excuse me, NHL. Excuse me. I don't look at any tournaments, but what I'm saying is that if you're not careful at how you play and how you use the controls, aka your difficulty levels and stuff like what Sim was pointing to, but I'm pretty sure they're playing on the highest level. But think about it. If you're wrong with your poke checks, if you're wrong with trying to hook players and you're trying to check players, you can get hit with a penalty. Now you playing shorthanded. Now you in the power play. Like, you see what I'm saying? Maybe you got to get aggressive because you're trying to tie the score up. So you go empty net towards the end of the game. You're in that final minute. You go empty net. Like, these are things that you can do because the game tangibility is there in terms of replicating the NHL, replicating the sport. It's there. But when it's more of ready to rumble boxing, when I'm talking about undisputed, if it's more ready to rumble boxing or ring king than it is legitimate boxing, you see what I'm saying? I wouldn't
Ready
want
to
to be in a
rumble.
tournament. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be in a tournament putting 1 million up and saying like, oh man, he beat me on the technicality and blah blah blah. But the gameplay is on the level of ring king and ready to rumble. See, that's where Madden is at. Madden ain't on that level. Madden is not on that truly authentic level where you can hold the product fully accountable, where you can have a great deal of penalties, where you can have stuff that'll offset. You see what I'm saying? Offsetting penalties or anything like that, where you can literally challenge stuff on your own and you may get it, you may not get it. That would be crazy to see somebody doing a tournament.
Yeah.
That's stuff we look at on Sundays, for crying out loud. Oh man, you see what happened in that game, man? That's crazy about blah 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 blah. But none of that is part of the narrative. All of that is scrapped from the narrative. And it's not about saying we need to see a simulation tournament. No, I want to see I want to see Madden replicated on the highest stage. If you're playing this game for high stakes, I want to see football being replicated. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see it replicate the sport the right way. And you got the best players in the nation getting on the sticks and they're playing this authentic football here. And guess what? These particular people are crushing it. That's my whole point. But the game is not compromised. Well, undisputed. Let's have this tournament. Let's keep it on arcade mode so no one fatigues. And we're just gonna let guys play rock'em sock'em all day. No one gets tired. Everyone can do their special move. Everyone can throw uppercuts all day and hooks to the body and all that
Yeah.
until someone just falls down. Like, no, you have
Mhm.
to be penalized according to the realism of the sport. So at the end of the day, those guys, what do we say about Serious Mo and all these guys when they talk about, oh, see, they're just tourney guys. They can handle simulation. Sim, you and I, we say all the time, these dudes know football.
They know
Problem.
football. Yeah.
They know football. So it's like if you put it in front of them, if anything, they're going to be in a playground now. They're like, oh, bet they made it even more authentic. Sweet. So now you'll really be able to see the chess match. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see these money play. No, like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I'm using that tournament stage because this is how your game is shown on the biggest stage, regardless of the authenticity you promote. I just want to see this game be replicated from top to bottom. So even if I watch those guys play, I could get on the sticks and I could be inspired to want to play because I'm watching those guys play. Because of not because it's Serious Mo or whoever the heck it is. It's because I see how the game is playing. And it's like, yo, that looks crazy right there, how that is. If I'm watching someone play Undisputed and I'm seeing
Yo,
I'm seeing Terrence Crawford fighting like Terrence Crawford against somebody else, and I see someone as a user bobbing, weaving, slipping, swaying. They're methodically picking people apart online, and they beasting. Let me watch that, and then let me see a fight on TV. That's gonna inspire me to want to get on the sticks because it's like, yo, the game plays like this though. He ain't cheesing. That's just the way the game plays. You got to use all the tools. That's what Rainbow Six Siege, like I said in the past, does. You got to use all the tools. You just can't run through like Call of Duty and just think you're gonna pop everybody. You may have a match where you're able to just dot people, but that's not typical. On the biggest stages, these people are using the decoys, they're using the breach charges. These people are aiming all kind of intricate angles with that gun, trying to make sure that like they're going to exploit and use everything that's in the game because the game makes you have to do that.
mm-hmm.
That's my point. I want to see Madden do that. I want to see NCAA get on that road. I'm not saying it's got to be there right now, but what I'm saying is just I want to see them get on that road more and more and more. What Sim talking about, what Sabo and them boys doing, that's what they're making Madden 24 do.
Yo, wait, I'm gonna show you. It's
See
coming.
what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, please let NCAA be on PC. I'm on it. And that's the other thing too. You promoting the Reese's the Senior Bowl. See, you know what kind of made me think that it was coming because they had the Pro Bowl in the game. What was it 2 years ago
Yep.
with the different helmets and everything? It'll be the same thing as having the Senior Bowl. Just switch up the helmets and everything like that. So it's
Please.
like y'all can, you know. So y'all and once again, say it with your chest, EA. Say it with your chest. Put it in there. Don't just slap it in there as just something in there.
No.
Do something with it.
No halfway features, bro.
Y'all did that already. Remember the draft board and all that stuff? Like, no. Implement these things like they actually matter. You know what I'm saying? There should be build up to the Senior Bowl. You know what I mean? Cross pollinate with Madden. You got your scouts in Madden
That-
looking at these players. Hey, is he gonna be going to the Senior Bowl? Oh, bet I'm gonna have my scouts go to the senior. Come on, dog. Like
it's right there, man.
that's what I'm saying.
They
It's
have
right
to build
there.
it together. Like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if they don't do it, I'm just saying it right now. It's gonna be highly disappointing. This is
Yeah.
the time to do it. You're introducing technically I can say a new IP. This is new.
Yeah. You've been
It
gone
ain't
all this time, man.
NCAA. The only thing about it that's going to be NCAA is the nostalgia from us. Like, oh man, I remember when they used to do. But this ain't, and they keep telling us it ain't. Y'all keep
Mhm.
telling us it's brand new from the
Yeah.
ground.
Mo
So,
corrected me in the chat. So all right.
and you're using the same engine. So I promise, bro, the worst thing they can do is have NCAA come out swinging, and Madden ain't on that level, bro.
Oh,
They're gonna hear it from me.
You're on the
Because
same building
then
too.
I don't even want to put that in the air because I don't want that to happen. But if it did, then there's really no excuse. If a game from the same building,
Right. Dang near the same team. That's the
pretty much,
thing. A
I'm
good
pretty
number
sure.
of that team is working on this. They both working on it.
Come on, man.
So
This is a chance for y'all to be great. Honestly, I'm gonna say one last thing,
mhm.
and this might be blasphemous to some, but it could be a fact. Y'all could, y'all have an opportunity to silence the 2K crowd forever. Why do I say that? Is because you will then have these two games that are on point, that are intermingled, and you are the only show in town.
Yep.
So if you come out on some ball stuff, like this is what we got, and it's hitting, you could close the door on many, all of us included, who'll be like, man, I wish there was another game. And I still do. I still wish there was competition, because competition makes everything better. But here's your opportunity to silence the noise. And it's right there, right in front of you. Same engine, brand new game that you keep telling us, this ain't the old, this is from scratch. Oh, so what are you going to build from scratch that's going to work with the other game that's running on that same engine?
Exactly.
Come on, man. This is too, Smitty, this is too easy. Like I say it all the time. This almost goes back to the point I used to make. Why don't all EA Sports games run on the same like foundation, and then you just tweak it for the sport? Like if you have trading, or not trading, if you have a free agency model in this game, well, you just customize it now for basketball and for hockey. This could be that with the two football games.
Right. Yeah.
This is your opportunity to literally do that.
Facts.
We'll see.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm just gonna say it.
No. Yeah, no, I don't believe it. If it was 2K, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with what they did with college hoops back then. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely believe it if it was them. But EA on the other hand,
I don't trust it, bro.
see, that's on presentation. I could bank on EA 1,000,000%. You know, they said they're doing more commentary teams for Madden. Last time they did that was NCAA 10. That was the last time they had it, because they had CBS and ESPN, if I'm not mistaken. They had both, and they had the overlays, and they had the coverage, the color commentary, depending upon who the matchup was. If it was a marquee, you had a certain commentary team. If it was ESPN, you had the certain commentary team. And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all did this before, but see, that's the presentation part of it. The gameplay wasn't so great, but the presentation was like, and that's what I'm saying. So
it might be, well, if we can end on a potential positive note. Shout outs again to Eric. You know what? One day I'm gonna really, no, I'm not gonna say it. Shout outs to Eric Rayweather, man. I'm gonna keep what I was gonna say to myself. It's a positive thing, but I'm not gonna spill some internal tea that I think is happening. All I would say is this: y'all should really pay attention when he do a video talking about rumors and leaks. I'm just saying. Seems like a lot of times that stuff, but I'm not gonna go down the whole rabbit hole, because shout outs to my man, that's my guy, and keep doing what you're doing. But if you remember a few months ago, he put out a video, and it was rumored that Madden will have multiple commentating teams, and then Charles Davis kind of slipped up. Everybody saw that little clip.
yeah.
And now NCAA, they announced all of these people today.
Yeah,
could that possibly be a sign that there's a foundation or feature or what have you that are being shared by both games? Maybe.
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 Kirk Herbstreit Chris Fowler, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer, and
Desmond
Kevin
Howard.
Connor. And then Desmond Howard, yeah, he tweeted out himself earlier. So, you know what I mean? All those guys in the game.
Could be a sign that there's some. And shout out again, Eric said in his video, which is a good point. He said, hey, you never know. Maybe Herb Street would also be in Madden because, as y'all would know, he does Thursday Night Football now. If this is what I'm saying, if they do that, it proves my exact point. Y'all can share assets and build these games together. That would be fire. We have never seen that on this type of level of what I'm saying. We've never seen that. Not to that degree, where literally what's breathing over here is breathing here. If you choose. Because, of course, if you don't want to do that, you can say, no, I want them to be separate. But if they give you the option to connect these careers in games, and everything that you're doing in franchise is coming from Dynasty, bruh, we ain't never seen that. This could be groundbreaking. If you do that, that's why I said they could close the door on all of the chatter about 2K. Of course, people still gonna see stuff and say, man, I wish 2K. We all wish 2K made a football game. Yeah. But if they do that and the games are fire, here's your chance. Will they take advantage? That remains to be seen.
It'd be nice to hear EA actually, you know, in their franchise mode in Madden. Actually, it'd be crazy to hear one of these commentators talking about the upcoming draft later in your season, in your dynasty, and actually talk about and have commentary about stuff like that, or even a mid-game kind of thing, you know, as part of your halftime report. You're talking as later in the season, as part of your halftime report, you're talking about that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, like, oh, just let you guys in on blah, blah, blah. Like, do something dynamic. It doesn't have to literally mirror what the NFL is doing on TV. But I'm saying, though, that is something that you can have in your game because, like I've said in past shows, EA, they got rid of the NBC overlays and all that stuff and got their own color commentary, got their own overlays, their own presentation package and everything in their own homegrown thing. So it's like EA could do something like that and take it to a level beyond what 2K5 did. You know what I'm saying? And it would be an about dang on time kind of moment. It won't necessarily be a great kudos and innovation. The only way it would be kudos innovation is if they do something that's unforeseen. Like no one ever did it. And then they do it with Madden. You know, so
man. Just imagine for a second. I'm going to leave y'all with this, man. And listen, the plan is that we'll be back next week. I don't foresee anything happening.
Yeah.
Imagine this. Steelers fans, I'm going to hit y'all right in the heart, right at home. Imagine you playing your dynasty. And Mason Rudolph, or let's say Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is not playing so well. And the commentators can comment on how well he's not playing. And they can say, you know, yesterday, Saturday, you know, Bo Nix really had a game. You know, this could be a guy maybe the Steelers are looking to draft. Dog, just imagine how these two games, that's how you make franchise and dynasty feel alive. Just like what Smitty just said, but I'm just giving you a real scenario. I'll say this one for Smitty, because Smitty talks about this all the time with his Lions and who they probably should have drafted instead of the running back. Imagine Smitty playing with the Lions. And now they're saying, you know, these guys are just one step away, man. If they could get some run stoppers, you know, so-and-so, you know, had a wonderful game yesterday or Saturday, whatever. You know, he's going to be in the draft. I'll be interested to see how he tested. You know, the Lions might want to keep an eye out on him. Oh, and think about that scenario, that predetermined scenario with the scenario engine where it says that you're looking at this prospect. So imagine now it is that prospect Come on, man. Boy, me and Smitty got ideas for days. I know it ain't. I know it's not easy. I'm just saying. When is there going to be a gaming company that thinks like that? And like I said, the thought has been there because way back when you allowed us to import draft classes. So the thought was already, let's take these guys here and put them over here. The thought was there years ago. Now, fast forward to 2024, technology allows you to do that. I know it's possible. You're not going to tell me it ain't possible with all of this technology. The question is did they think that way? And were they willing to invest in that? That remains to be seen. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, let's read this. Can you imagine the part that generative AI could play when it comes to spontaneous commentary that sounds natural based on what is really happening in the game? This is what I'm saying. I throw another one at y'all, man. I saw an old video the other day. Remember dynamic player performance? Like, they've had these ideas, folks. This is what we said. They've had them. We years down the road now. Like, come on. Like you said, generative AI. I mean, the whole chat GPT, all of that stuff. Like, that's a relevant thing. That's relative because you can do that. You can have a form of that in a game. I know you can. I know a lot of techie people. It's possible. Guys, I could go on for days, but like I told Smitty, man, and I hate to sell you guys short, but I knew we was gonna have more of a shortened show tonight because got some things to deal with here. But I will say this, and I'll definitely let Smitty close it out. Man, it was good to be back. I haven't talked like this in quite a long time. We thoroughly enjoy bringing the show to you guys, man. And so as long as we don't have, family stuff or whatever, life stuff happening, we plan to keep coming, man. This is the season. We roll it into, we'll be in March soon. So we'll have NFL stuff to talk about, free agency and more gaming news. And so this is a good time for us to come back, man. But it was a great time with y'all tonight. That Undisputed. We'll talk about that maybe next week. I'm enjoying that career mode. It's a little more depth to it than I thought in terms of the stuff Smitty was talking about with what matters and what don't matter. Yeah, go play around if you want to. I'll talk about it next week. But anything else you guys, Smitty, before we wrap?
No, just like you said, man, we appreciate, everybody coming through and kicking it, hanging out with us here. Enjoyed the dialogue, definitely look forward to getting back into the groove of everything.
Yep.
And outside of family stuff, we should be back next week. So we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. We back in this. So
we back, baby. So again, in case y'all didn't know what I was talking about, Undisputed is the football. Boxing game Smitty referenced. It used to be ESBC. It's been on PC early access. They have the career mode now, the beta. Regular Dave has been doing videos on it. Shout out to Regular Dave if he sees this. Go check his video out because he kind of broke down his experience. And other than that, they're working on getting it on console for official launch. So boxing fans, y'all definitely should want to check that out, man, because that game will be coming your way soon in case you don't have a PC. But I'm going to do my best to promote them because unlike, again, no shade at the devs, but unlike our football product, these guys are particularly focusing on simulation, all the way down to choosing how many weeks you have to prepare for the fight, and how you prepare affects your weight and your readiness. And going to that fight not ready, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It's a nice little experience. It's not super deep, but so far what they have, and it all affects how you train and fight, and the coach matters and all. Bravo. It don't always have to be grandiose. Sometimes it could just be the features that you have work and they make sense. So But all right, man, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta go upstairs and hang out with my wife. She just got back from my being out of town today, so got to do some family stuff. But man, yeah, we'll be back next week. If for any reason we're not, we'll let y'all know. But I can promise you, I can foresee it not being no long delay like it was this last time. So yeah, we back in here, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit the like button. Head over to Smitty's channel, because don't forget, we both still are on YouTube independently. So check Smitty out. I don't know if you upload as many videos as you once did, but
but I gotta get back. I gotta get back in the groove of it, especially with these mods and everything and football and all that and undisputed. So yeah, I gotta get back to
so
some
he'll
stuff
be back.
online.
So go find his channel just so you have it in the clip. But all right, man, y'all have a good night, man. Stay safe. God bless. Have a great, wonderful weekend. And yeah, we shall see y'all again next Thursday.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.